For the first time in our created club's history, we're going on a European tour. That's right, somehow last season we managed to finish top 4 in La Liga, which means we've qualified for the Champions League, Europe's most elite club competition. This is where I've always wanted to take S2G Club the football, competing against the likes of PSG, Bayern Munich, Man City. But being in the Champions League presents its own challenges. Like for starters, we're gonna need a bigger stadium. Right now we've got a stadium with a capacity of 16,000, but with that, we won't be eligible to compete in the Champions League. They need a stadium with a minimum capacity of at least 25,000. Now, there is a stadium I really like, Estadio El Medio, capacity of 30,000. This would make us eligible to compete in the Champions League, but we're gonna have to cough up 15 million euros for this. I guess as the club owner, it's time for me to cook, make some phone calls, get some deals done. But wait a minute, we're starting off with a message from Javier Tebas, the president of La Liga, and no way we've been given an FFP sanction. How? I mean, we've just qualified for Champions League, the club's revenues have been solid, and oh no, apparently it's because of all the money laundering allegations on S2G Motorsports. There's been investigations happening on my Formula 1 team, and since we've used them as a sponsor to get funds into S2G Club the football, it's getting us into trouble. Of course, since we don't want any more further sanctions from La Liga, we're not going to be sponsored by S2G Motorsports anymore, but still, we do have a fine from La Liga. Tebas has said that we'll need to generate 20 million in player sales in case we want to register new players. That is actually unbelievable. I kind of feel like how Barcelona are probably feeling in real life. Remember, all this is happening while we're also trying to get funds for our stadium. And the problems don't end because now I'm trying to make phone calls to other brands like Emirates, Qatar Airways, but they're not even picking up my call. I guess what's happened with S2G Motorsports has tarnished our reputation as a club. And bro, if we can't get a shirt sponsor, how are we going to even improve our team, let alone upgrade our stadium for the season ahead? Do you know what? In a situation like this, we're gonna have to depend on you guys. The club sponsor for the season will be S2G Shop. That's right, our official merch store. Now, the merch store isn't quite ready for launch just yet, but it's coming very soon, probably next week. And that's why the club needs you guys to sign up. Links will be in the description to the merch store. Make sure you put your email in and sign up to help out the club. There'll also be a $100 merch giveaway. And you might be thinking, how is this going to help us in terms of our budget for now? Well, of course, we're not going to get any revenue from this deal. But for every sale we make on the merch store, 1 million will be added onto our budget. But yeah, for now, make sure you're supporting the club by signing up at least. But okay, it's a good thing at least Puma are supporting us in all of this. They've come in with a whopping offer, 30 million. But it comes with the condition that they want me to sign an English player for marketing purposes. I think they've seen the hype that Bellingham to Real Madrid generated, Rashford to Barcelona generated, and they want us to do something similar. And you know what? We're not in a position to negotiate, so I am signing the contract. Just like that, the budget is up to 30 mil, but 15 of that is going right away into the stadium upgrade. If we don't do that, we're not going to be eligible for the Champions League, which would be a catastrophic loss for the club. And now officially, Estadio Rose has received a massive upgrade, a solid capacity over 30,000. Now we'll be ready for all those big Champions League nights. Talking about the Champions League, the big reason clubs value it so much is because of how much it can give you financially. And we're seeing that now. Broadcast revenue, 35 million. That's bigger than even our Puma deal. And considering we're not getting any upfront money from the S2G Shop deal, this broadcast money is absolutely vital. Now, we do have a problem because we technically haven't qualified for the main Champions League. We've been put in the qualification rounds. I don't get this. We finished 4th. I think La Liga must have lost the Champions League spot in these last couple of years. And that's why even 4th only just gets into the qualifying rounds. That is crazy. But that means the broadcast revenue isn't going to hit until we are officially a Champions League club. Well, that puts us in a tough spot because right now we've only got 15 million. And I don't think we can make any improvements to our team as of now. We're going to have to qualify for Champions League first. To be honest, it's a good thing we were able to add a lot of players to our team last season. Gabriel Jesus, Mastan Tuono, Guerra in the midfield has grown a lot. We've of course got Pedro Lima, Cisco Presa, a lot of options on the bench. I think even with this team, we can qualify for Champions League football. But after that, if we want to achieve more, like maybe getting into the knockouts, competing for La Liga, we need that extra money to reinvest into this team. First though, we are unveiling our new kits for the season. A lot of you guys criticized last season's kits, so I think think this time around, they are bangers. Like, I love the dark blue edition of the home kit. S2G shop looks crazy as well. Again, make sure you guys sign up to the website. I like the goalkeeper kit as well. Green looks cool. And the design as well is nice. But you know what? Our away kit might be the coldest kit we've done. I don't think we've gone black for a long time, but I like the design with grey as well. This is worthy of being our away kit. Now, let me know in the comments if you think our kits are better than last season, and what would you rate them out of 10? I'm gonna give these kits a solid 9. They're definitely better than last season. By the way, guys, before we get stuck in with the Champions League qualification round, we gotta decide our player of this season, and remember, it's a big decision, because the winner gets a playstyle plus. Our nominees from last season, Riyad Mahrez and Sparta Praha. Mahrez was such a revelation. He didn't play all that much, but whenever he played, he almost always scored, and I think he's still going to be crucial with all the games we'll have in Champions League and La Liga, but definitely a worthy nomination. Sparta Praha, though, he was carrying the team in a lot of those games. I mean, since Soria left, we basically made him our #1 winger, and he's played at an incredible level. I'm wondering, who have you guys picked as your player of the season? Seeing quite a few comments about Mahrez, and Cisco himself posting and saying, me, I was a starter and carried the team. It would be a disgrace if I don't win again. No offense to Mahrez. And looks like the people have voted for Cisco. 67% of the votes. And that's going to make Cisco so crazy now because we've given him the finesse shot plus. He's already got the crazy dribbling. Bro, I'm expecting an unbelievable season from him this time around. And talking about Cisco, don't forget João Andrade, who used to wear the number 10, has retired, which means our number 10 is currently vacant. And looks like Cisco is already making a claim for it. He posted on social media a few stories. A picture of João Andrade wearing the number 10. Then a picture of Dave Rooney, former S2GFC legend, him wearing the number 10. How will, that's sus. I think he's our best player and he deserves to wear the number 10. And oh man, it's already time for Champions League action. I don't think I've ever played Champions League football so early in a season. First time experiencing qualifying rounds. I think we are way better than Sparta Praha. We cannot afford to get knocked out here because we won't get the broadcast revenue otherwise. And by the way, before this game, don't forget we also need to make a player sale worth about 20 mil. One of our players is going to be sacrificed. Now we do have quite a few players worth above that 20 million mark. It's definitely not going to be Cisco. Don't want it to be Raul Asensio, Guerra, any one of these guys. Man, it's going to be a big decision, but luckily we don't have to make it now. We've got the entire window to decide. For now, it's mission getting to the Champions League's league phases. All right, first game of the season being an absolute pressure cooker is not what I expected. By the way, there's a lot of areas in the team we haven't even been able to think about. Like, of course, the goalkeeper position. De Gea is getting old. Niang didn't really impress. We kind of do need a new goalkeeper. But yeah, all of those transfer-related stuff we can only even think about once we qualify for, of course, the league phases. And maybe Guerra will help with that as he's found a bit of space. And what a save from the keeper. Uh-oh, we are in a troublesome position. Raul Asensio did so well there reading the move. Mastantuono finally getting used to playing for our club. It took him a while to adjust, but now he's getting better and better. And Mastantuono is the one to score our first ever Champions League goal. What a moment for him. Gabriel Jesus looking inside for Sparta Praha, wearing the number 10 for the first time for our club. And he, of course, marks it with a goal. And I think this away win should be enough to get us through to the next round. And it is. Gabriel Jesus getting the job done for us. But oh man, Porto is going to be so difficult. They're a European giant in their own right. For us to just be in the Champions League this season, we're going to have to try and knock them out. By the way, we're still yet to decide how we'll make that 20 million in player sales. We gotta act quick because there's only about 3 weeks left until the window shuts. Right now, one option we have, sacrificing our captain Santiago Pardo. We might get 17, 18 million from him and then we can sell someone else. But I don't want to do that, man. He's our captain. Even if he won't be a starter soon, I think he'll play a big part in the dressing room, a big part as a squad rotation player. For now, though, he is our starter, so no, I don't want to sell him. Guerra seems like a good option as well. I mean, it might be the best option too because we have Ruben Medina at the club. We have Jovanovic at the club, all looking to try and make a name for themselves. If we sell Guerra, that would free up space for them and also keep us with FFP. The other option is, of course, also maybe trying to cash out on Gabriel Jesus, who we just signed. But I know he's really good, so I don't want to do that. Man, we've got tough decisions to make soon. But all of those decisions would be just irrelevant if we can't qualify ourselves into the Champions League. Come on, man, I'm scared. said, Porto are a good team, but we do have talent. Guerra talks about him leaving, but he's doing his job finding Gabby Jesus. But what was that? That's one downside about Gabriel Jesus. His finishing is not the best. He's a great all-round striker to have, but sometimes I feel like he's not going to be super clinical in the box. Oh, Gerard Martin. Gabriel Jesus. The first touch, but he got pushed. It's a foul. And of course, it's Cisco Presa with the number 10 stepping up. It could be a big goal for Champions League ambitions. And of course, he scores. Oh, what a ball for Guerra, who walks the keeper, and he's got the finish. If we do decide to sell him, at least he'll be going out on the high. Man, our midfielders, Joaquin Perez and Guerra, these two are so good. The game ends 2-1 because Porto were able to get a goal back. But now in the second leg, we'll have a massive advantage at home. Now, wait a minute. What on earth is this fixture scheduling? We've got a La Liga game against Girona on a Tuesday, and then on a Wednesday, a Champions League game against Porto? What?
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't care.
Bro, we've already started off the season losing to Alaves in La Liga because all our focus has been on the Champions League. This is actually brutal. I'll be honest, boys. We need that 35 million from getting into the main Champions League, so I'm going to prioritize the Porto game. That means we'll rotate the squad as much as we can. I can't believe this is the lineup we're fielding in La Liga. Somehow, though, it still gets us the win. Let's go. But we still have a lot of tired legs going into this second leg against Porto. Pedro Lima basically has no stamina whatsoever. And bro, we don't even have a backup right back. I didn't realize that. You know what? I'm tempted to try out something crazy. I don't know if Pedro Lima will even be alive after this game, but we need him to pull through. Now, it's a really good thing that we have some sort of an advantage in this tie. Otherwise, it would have been really difficult. But that advantage could easily be taken away if we're not careful. And that might actually happen right here as they've broken through De Gea with a big save. Lovely ball out wide from Cisco for, of course, Mastantuono. And he sees the run being made by Isco. The header. That number 10 has definitely got Presa some newfound confidence because he used to never go for these kind of chances. We're heading into the second half. 0-0 is the score. Actually works out in our favor because if it's a draw, we're going through. We already won the first leg. Let's not rely on that. And Gabriel Jesus does not want to rely on that. What a goal in the Champions League. Oh, but Porto straight away get a goal back. For both clubs, financially, this result is so important. Of course, Porto aren't going to give up. But I think we've just got way too much quality right now. Mastantuono making that look easy. I'm telling you, this season, Mastantuono adapted is going to be a special thing. And now Cisco Presa wants to get the job done. And that's exactly what he's done. Our number 10 seals our spot in the Champions League. Okay, I shouldn't have been that confident because I quick simmed at the end and Porto almost made a comeback. Good thing we still had a bit of an advantage and we got it done. But would you look at that? The Champions League broadcast revenue has come in. 50 million is our budget now. Now, with that, we can make some serious improvements to the team. I think definitely we need a backup right back. We also need a good goalkeeper because I think it's time we get an upgrade on De Gea. But besides all of that, we're also going to have to sacrifice one player from the team. 20 million in sales. We need to get that done. And oh man, there are offers coming in for Guerra already. If I delegate this, I think I should be able to get more than 20 mil. Hang on, we could also sell De Gea for 8.6 and try and get through the cash somehow elsewhere. Man, there are plenty of options here and I don't know what to do. One thing we won't be doing is selling Cisco Presa, so I can reject this offer. I need your guys' help on how do I tackle this raising 20 million situation. Who all do I bring in as replacements? There's so much to do and the season has barely begun.